Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, the Fear and Greed Index is at an all-time low. Right now, we're looking at extreme fear and a level of 5 on the index from a scale of 0 to 100. If we look here at the history of the Fear and Greed Index, you can see that this is the lowest that it's ever been. We're sitting at 5. So in today's video, we've never really talked about the Fear and Greed Index on the channel, so we're going to dive into exactly what it is and what this means for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, and whether this is a bearish or, in fact, maybe even a very bullish thing. I think you guys are going to get a lot of value out of this, so we're going to be talking about this in today's video. We're of course going to be continuing with our technical analysis here on the market as the market has updated a little bit over the last 12 hours since last night's live stream. We have a lot that we need to dive into here, and we've been talking about the bearish scenario for Bitcoin quite a bit over the last couple of weeks. So I want to go ahead and dive into a potential bullish scenario and the bullish argument that says we might get above $10,000 and bounce and actually recover from there, because there is an argument and I want to give it some attention. So guys, especially if you've never been exposed to the Fear and Greed Index, or even if you have, I think you're going to get a whole lot of value out of this video. So if you do, make sure you smash that like button, and also if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell so you'll be updated every single time a new video or live stream goes up. And also I want to remind you guys, we are still running the August 2019 sale on the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy for the next 4 days until the end of Monday. That coupon code will be valid and will get you $40 off at checkout if you come and join us here at the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, we have a lot of members here, around 810. A lot of you guys have joined over the last couple of days. I'm really stoked about that. I love seeing you guys learning about these markets, and I love seeing you guys getting prepared to go and make some money in these markets. So make sure you check us out at the link in the description down below. But anyway, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into the technical analysis portion of today's video. You guys know that I have been concerned on Bitcoin largely because of the 20 weekly exponential moving average out here on, well, the weekly chart. Of course, Bitcoin likes to pull back to this around $9,000. It normally does so during bull markets, as we can see there. But guys, you do want to keep in mind that you don't want to do your technical analysis and make predictions based off of only one technical indicator. You want other reasons to believe that something's going to happen. And the reason that I'm still kind of concerned about Bitcoin falling down here and going bearish and hitting that 20 EMA and breaking down to $9,000 would have to do with the weekly cross here. The RSI's pointed down, guys. We have this gigantic, frankly, bear flag here that has broken bearish. We've come down and started testing support again. So things aren't looking great for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is also rejecting off of the 1 hourly 20 exponential moving average. Things in the short term don't look amazing for Bitcoin, but during last night's live stream, I asked you guys what you thought of the market, and quite a lot of you actually said that you were relatively bullish on the market and that you thought that the bottom was in, at least for now. So I want to dive into the bullish case in this video as opposed to just talking about the bearish case again. And guys, that's where the Fear and Greed Index comes in. So let's go ahead and dive into this. I've never covered the Fear and Greed Index on the channel, but if you guys are familiar with it, you'll know that it's actually a relatively commonly used technical indicator, and it's also got some history of being pretty accurate when it comes to predicting the market. And if you are in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, there's a new video that's going to be coming out on Monday. It's already recorded and edited in technical indicators, talking about how to determine what's a good indicator and what's a good winning strategy on that indicator. And guess what, guys? Those two criteria I use are met by the Fear and Greed Index. If we look here at the history of the Fear and Greed Index, just to give you a couple of examples, this is the last year or so, you can see here that the Fear and Greed Index showed a lot of over-enthusiasm. It showed a lot of greed in the market running up to the yearly high around 14,000. You can actually see what looks like the Bitcoin market here. You can see that there was this high up here. I can tell from the market, this was $10,000. This was $8,400. This was about $7,500. I remember this. This is in August. Yes, it's in August. This even looks like the market. But with that said, what exactly is the Fear and Greed Index? If you guys are already familiar with this index, I'm going to go ahead and go over exactly what it is for people who haven't seen it, because I haven't covered it on my channel, so you can skip forward about a minute after this explanation. The Fear and Greed Index is essentially a measure of how much fear, how much greed, how much FOMO, how much FUD there is in the market. It tries to put a measure on the emotional state of the market. If you guys are in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, Mass Psychology, this video right here, I honestly consider this one of the most important videos in the course. Guess what this is measuring? It's hard to measure mass psychology in a market, but that's what this index tries to do. And in fact, I think it does a pretty good job of it. And now this is not in mass psychology in CT2A right now. When this video gets updated, the Fear and Greed Index will most certainly be in that video. So watch out for that if you are in CT2A. Let's go ahead and read here. The crypto market behavior is very emotional. People tend to get greedy when the market is rising, which results in FOMO, fear of missing out. Also, people often sell their coins in irrational reaction to seeing red numbers. With our Fear and Greed Index, we try to save you from your own emotional overreactions. There are two simple assumptions. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried, and this could be a buying opportunity, which is so interesting because you'd think that this might be a bearish sign and it might indicate that we're crashing farther. Not necessarily. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction, which is what we saw up here. That's why this chart looks so much like the Bitcoin chart. I mean, look at this period over here from February the 1st all the way over here to about the end of the year right here. Check that out. And then guess what, guys? Let's go out to the daily chart. Look at the Bitcoin chart. Does that look similar to you or what? This is the high right there to, I said 10,000, I meant 12,000. This is the high to 10,000. This is to $8,400, etc. It looks very similar to this. We can even see here the index rallying with Bitcoin rallying over the last several months and then dropping off as Bitcoin has over the last month and a half or so. So I think it's a very valuable source, one that we should take seriously. I'm not going to get into exactly how they calculate this, but if you do want to know, I implore you to go to the website linked in the description down below and read for yourself, or you can pause right here and read the way that they compile this data. But anyway, guys, with that explanation out of the way, what are we reading into with the Fear and Greed Index? As you guys can see, it's currently reading 5, which is a very low number. And if you didn't know about the Fear and Greed Index, you might think, okay, this is on like a scale of 1 to 10 because it's such a small number. But no, in fact, it's not. The Fear and Greed Index is on a scale of 0 to 100. And as you guys can see, if we look over here, that's the lowest that they have ever registered the Fear and Greed Index. That is deep into extreme fear territory. And guys, the reason this is so important is because, like I said, when you're trying to determine what's a valuable technical indicator, what's a valid technical indicator, and also a winning pattern on that technical indicator, just determine how useful has it been in the past, how good at predicting the market has it been in the past, and also how many people are looking at it. Guys, it's not just me covering this on the Fear and Greed Index. Sonny Decree did a video like this also. I want to point that out. I wouldn't have realized that this was the all-time low if not for him, so credit where credit's due to him. A lot of people have been covering this. A lot of people have been talking about this in the Discord server. It's a widely understood, it's a widely used indicator, so it passes both of those tests. So with that said, let's try to apply what it's saying to our technical analysis. If the Fear and Greed Index is reading 5, and down here, the people that made the Fear and Greed Index say that extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried, and this could be a buying opportunity, well, that's kind of going against what I've been saying on technical analysis. And guys, you may not know this about me, but if you've been on the channel for a while, you will know that I love constructive criticism. I love when someone tells me I'm wrong and then tells me why they think I'm wrong. I love when that happens. And the reason I love that is because I ain't perfect, guys. I make mistakes. That is very obvious. I make daily technical analysis videos. I think I'm pretty good at what I do, but I make a lot of mistakes the same way as any other human being. I have to retain my humility or I will never go anywhere in life. I think that's true for all of us. And that's kind of what the Fear and Greed Index is saying here, is that if you were to try and read this like RSI, for example, then you could say that we're oversold and overly fearful right now on the market and that we should be expecting a bounce. And guys, I will also say I agree with that. I think we are expecting a bounce. I just think it's going to be a little bit lower. Are we going to fall down here? The Fear and Greed Index wouldn't necessarily say so. What it would say is that Bitcoin's probably going to have a bounce right now, regain some of that bullish exuberance, and then kind of exhaust the bears a little bit. And then from there, we might have a crash if the Fear and Greed Index and a lot of our other technical indicators allow for that. And it's funny that I'm saying this right now because during the recording of this video, it's currently 8:44 exactly on the millisecond when I said that in the morning Eastern Standard Time. And over the last hour, Bitcoin has been rallying to the upside from a low last night of around $9,880 to where it is now of $10,036. That's not an insignificant move, guys. In fact, you can see Bitcoin's moving even higher, which leads me into my conclusion here, which is I think Bitcoin probably is going to be getting a bounce down here around $10,000, at least for the short term. And yes, that's not exactly what my position was last night, but the way that we've been looking at this, and also with, frankly, the bullish sentiment that I think is coming out of the Fear and Greed Index with everybody looking at it, I think there's a strong chance that we may hold this. Now, guys, we are also, at the time of recording this, breaking the 20 hourly exponential moving average. That's a big deal as well. And one more thing to keep in mind, guys, is that not only is Bitcoin getting support on $10,000, it's also getting support on this uptrend of support. And guys, I bet you if we look at Fibonacci retracement, we're going to find some support here. And guys, guess what? I did not proof that. I just had a feeling during the recording of this video that we would be. And look at that. Bitcoin's getting support on the 78.6% Fibonacci level. If you're in CT2A, that right there is what I'm talking about with gut feeling. It's hard to find examples of that because it just kind of comes up on trading and then you forget about it. If you're in CT2A, that right there is what I'm talking about. I just had a feeling Bitcoin was going to be on that level of support. You guys don't know this because, of course, these videos are edited, but I promise you, I did not know that that was going to happen. But nevertheless, Bitcoin is getting support around $9,800 to $10,000, that zone. Also on this uptrend. And also, guys, the Fear and Greed Index is reading a very oversold and an extremely fearful reading. So, conclusion time. What does that mean for Bitcoin? Does that mean that Bitcoin is about to have a bounce? And if so, how big is that bounce going to really be? Well, guys, no matter what the Fear and Greed Index reads, the 20 exponential moving average is a very, very, very powerful technical indicator and has a very, very strong history of having Bitcoin come down to it during bull markets. But I need to give you one exception that we haven't really mentioned a whole lot on the channel, and that's right over here. Guys, remember when Bitcoin, if you were in the market back then, remember when Bitcoin ran up to around $500 and had this pullback at the beginning of the last bull market back in 2015? Something interesting happened. Bitcoin didn't actually come down here and test the 20 EMA. Now, that's really important because what that means is that even though our historical trend of Bitcoin coming down to the 20 EMA is very strong, and I think is very much still intact fact, I mean, this is just obviously a pattern that Bitcoin likes following, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen every single time. And that is an important caveat that I probably should have mentioned earlier. So maybe Bitcoin doesn't have to come down here. Maybe Bitcoin can get a bounce. Guys, I'm still not convinced. I'm still trying to go over and make sure that I'm confident in my technical analysis. I hope you guys are okay. But what I would say right now is that I'm starting to feel a little bit more bullish. I like what the Fear and Greed Index is saying. Maybe we can get a bounce. I'm still on the fence, but I think instead of being on the fence and leaning bearish, I'm kind of on the fence and leaning bullish now. We're going to see what happens. A lot of what I'm talking about has been a development that's happened overnight. I couldn't have really come to this conclusion last night because 1, the Fear and Greed Index hadn't come out. 2, we hadn't seen Bitcoin bounce so strongly at $10,000. 3, we hadn't seen Bitcoin break through the 20 exponential moving average. 4, we hadn't seen the 4-hourly MACD start converging on itself. 5, we hadn't seen the RSI on the 4-hourly bounce down here around the 30 level and start trending to the upside a little bit. So guys, even though the daily MACD isn't looking great, the 6th thing that I also wouldn't have known last night is that Bitcoin looks like it's putting a hammer in right now. We'll see how that develops. Of course, you guys know the daily candlestick opens at, or excuse me, the new daily candlestick opens at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means the old one closes then. We'll see how this closes, but right now this is looking like a candlestick bottom. So if you guys were in a short position, I'm not telling you to close it. If you were in a long position and you were in loss and you decide to close it before you lost more money, I'm thinking of one person in particular who I'm going to go and talk to after I'm done recording. Maybe reconsider the bullish scenario. Maybe we could bounce from here. Maybe if you're at a loss, you could long and recover some of those losses that you made. Maybe if you were planning on shorting, maybe you want to reconsider that. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying keep it in the back of your mind because sometimes the market can change direction overnight. Some new information can come out, and if you want to be a very skilled trader, if you want to be profitable in these markets, you have to be able to react quickly to changes in said markets. And guys, the Fear and Greed Index is a great indicator for doing that, but guys, the main way that you're going to learn how to actually work in these markets and be reactive to these markets is with an education in the markets, guys. And it's very important that you have that, guys. I remember when I was trying to learn technical analysis, it took forever. You know, I enjoyed it. I loved charting. It's not that I was bored. It's not like I was having to sit and listen to lectures, but it did take a long time and it was confusing. And the reason it was confusing is because I had 100 different teachers on YouTube who all taught in different styles. I mean, every single one of them had a different methodology. There'd be different editing, there'd be different voices, different people, different faces, different technical indicators that they would put emphasis on. It was confusing in large part because 1, I didn't have a roadmap, and 2, because my teacher kept changing every single time I would go and try to learn something. Which, guys, that's just a natural part of human psychology. There's a reason why you why you tend to watch the same YouTuber, or you tend to watch the same Let's Player play through a video game if you're already 20 episodes in or whatever. It's because we like when things are the same. We like when things are continuous, when things have some kind of link between them. We like it when there is an overall structure to whatever we're watching. And guys, that is true with your education as well. And that's one of the selling points of CT2A that people talk about all the time. When people are telling people, yeah, you should join CT2A because it's a good product. That happens in the Discord server all the time. Join the link in the description down below if you don't believe me. Go and ask people about CT2A. They will tell you. But that's one thing that people say all the time is that, guys, some of this stuff you can find online. You can find out the RSI calculation with RS minus 1 over whatever. You can find that stuff online. What you're not going to find online is a structured academy where you learn everything you need to know about technical analysis from one teacher, with one editing style, with one methodology, with one structured course. You're not going to find that online for free. That's the selling point of CT2A. It's not that you can't find some of this information online. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of this stuff down here that you are not going to find online. I don't see anyone on YouTube talking about like half or more of the stuff down here. And all of that is worth like $1,000 depending on how much money you're trading with. But the reason that people join courses and the reason that people love them so much is because you have one structured course. I use this analogy all the time. What if you were in college, or what if you were in high school and every single time you walked into math class you had a different teacher? They looked different, they had a different accent, they talked different, they had one used a whiteboard, one used a chalkboard, one used a smartboard, one gave a bunch of homework, one instead of homework gave a bunch of online exams, one did a bunch of tests, the other one didn't like tests at all. How confusing would that be? How hard would it be for you to learn how to do calculus if you were trying to learn it that way? It would be ridiculously hard. So don't do the same thing to yourself when something as important as learning Bitcoin technical analysis is at stake, guys. It's so important that you understand how to work these markets. It's so important that you understand how to trade these markets because, guys, it's important for you that you have your money right. It's important for you that you are able to provide for yourself and your family and your friends and your community. And one way that you can do that is by learning technical analysis. So, guys, the link is in the description down below. There is a $40 off coupon code, August 2019. Like I said, guys, there is a revamp currently in progress for CT2A. There's going to be some new videos launching on Monday in the course. If you're already in CT2A, you get all of those videos for free. And also, by the way, every single video that ever comes out in the future for free because you bought the course. I'm not going to make you buy some DLC. That's not how this works. You buy the course and you get access to all current and future content. So keep that in mind, guys. Check out the Discord server If you have any doubts, you can talk to people who are actually in CT2A and see what they think. But guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I really do want to thank each and every single one of you for watching, and tell me in the comment section down below what you think of the analysis and what do you think of the Fear and Greed Index. Should we keep looking at it more on the channel? I think we're going to. I think it's a very valuable technical indicator that we should definitely keep in our technical analysis roster. So guys, like I said, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. I really do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching. As always, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.